So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you.
And only on ABC 15, the story of how police rescued a 17-year-old girl.
That's right, Katie. The victim told investigators they were called car dates, and they would happen in parking lots like these across Phoenix and the entire valley. The girl said she met with more than 20 different men in just 4 days. Fortunately for her, police made a DUI traffic stop and arrested the woman they say was pimping her out.
Danelle Barnes is facing, count them,
of 7 cases of child sex trafficking.
One of the things that the officer notes is that there is a young girl sitting in the front passenger seat.
The officer smelled weed, which he found, along with a gun, but the teen caught his attention.
She's dressed very provocative.
Once separated from Barnes, the teen girl told detectives
Chanel pimped her out between 20 and 25 times.
over the course of just 4 days,
They had just come from a car date at a Lowe's.
and another at the Mesa Hilton that same night.
The teen told detectives she was driven to this hotel to meet a client on the 8th floor. She said when she got there, she'd forgotten a condom, so she texted Barnes from that buyer's cell phone to bring her one. Detectives say minutes later, Barnes is seen walking inside to deliver a condom to that teen.
Once officers had Barnes in custody,
They both noticed her phone was pinging a lot.
pinging with texts that read, "Are you available for outcall? I am clean. Let me know when you get here."
Obviously, it was something that was in demand. We prevented this girl from getting victimized again.
Now, according to these court documents, the victim said Barnes rarely gave her any of the money she got from these encounters, instead paying for her nails and hair to be done. Also, Barnes has been arrested 2 different times in recent years, even being caught with more than 200 pounds of marijuana back in 2017. She had an ankle monitor when she was arrested this most recent time, but it's unclear why she was even out on bond in the first place.
So, as I've stated to you guys on this platform before, my whole thing is about accountability, and especially when it comes to women. And this is the main issue when it comes to equality, accountability, responsibility, is that all day, every day, right? We already know that what men are the greatest evils, the biggest villains, and all these other types of things, right? We already know the things that take place. Everything that is being done is pretty much not much you can realistically say anymore directly about it. Now, the main thing that I've stated to people before is, what about the whole other side that nobody's paying attention on? What about the whole other side nobody's looking into that direction, because people want to pay attention to what's over here, what's over here, what's over here, but then they want to leave this whole side abandoned. What happens when you leave an area abandoned is that a variety of nefarious people can come directly into that area, and because nobody's paying attention to it, that means that it's not guarded and it's not protected, right? So those nefarious people will then decide to come through, and they will decide to do the things that they want to do. As you heard, that the older woman, she had marijuana directly on her. She already had 2 things directly against her on her record, on top of the fact that she was already wearing an ankle monitor. Even at the end of the video, you heard the news reporter say, we don't even know why it is that she was even out in the first place, and rightfully so. But like I said before, because they feel that women are a lesser threat than a man, she can do whatever it is that she wants to do, and they're still going to let her out. They just might give her a slap on the wrist or increase her bond a little bit more. Or if she does have a stint in jail, it's not going to be as long as it would be for a man that was found doing the exact same thing. Like I said before, this is what happens when you have a lot of women out here that want to solely focus in on only the things that men do, but they don't want to talk about or go into the facts that you have a lot of older women who go and talk to these young girls, and they decide that, I'm going to sit up there and, we're going to do some stuff. We're going to sit up there and make some money. This is a 17-year-old girl that was being used by a grown woman. Pay attention. And she was delivering the 17-year-old to these grown men. Do you think any of these grown dudes sitting up there asking for ID? Nah. They sit up there and see somebody dressed a certain type of way. They're looking at the makeup. You're out there just trying to sit up there and do something for a few hours. You're not asking for nothing because it's already illegal what you're doing anyway. Like I said, this is not Amsterdam where, things of this sort, when you have two consenting legal adults, is completely fine and dandy. Like I said, this is not Amsterdam, right? Where adults do this with other adults, right? We're dealing with the United States of America, where we clear cut know that if you have any type, right, of interactions as an adult with a minor, that you are going to be going through jail or prison time, and you're going to be signing up for the registry for life. But like I said before, people aren't paying attention to what it is that's transpiring. A lot of women always sit up there and say that they care about their daughters, they care about the girls, they care about other women out here. But where are you? There's tons of girls out here that are going through this exact same thing by the hands of women, but yet I do not hear an outcry or anything like that on social media about these types of things. And when I happen to bring this up and I put a spotlight on it, what happens? Oh, but what are men doing? Look at what this man did. Look at what this man did. Look at what these several men sat up there and did. What does that have to do with the fact that a woman is sitting up here doing this to a young teenage girl? What does that have to do with it? Nothing. It's a clear-cut deflection because you have a lot of individuals that feel that the moment in time that you critique women, that automatically you're trying to talk negative about all women. You're trying to attack and come at all women. Nah, we're trying to point out the simple fact. Y'all said equality. Y'all said y'all wanted the whole playing field to be equal, right? So like I said, I'm giving you that equality. Where are all of the women who always want to talk about men doing negative and harmful things to their daughters and to their children and to their communities? Where are those same women when your own sisters, when your own women, when your own friends and family are going out there doing this to these young girls? Where y'all at? Where's the hashtags? Where's the marching? Where's the protesting? Where are any of these things? Because I never see them. I never see them, and that's a problem. Like I said, don't tell me that you care about the kids out here when it only deals with a specific type of adult doing these types of things with these kids. If you're only paying attention to a certain portion, you don't really care about the kids. You don't really care, because if you actually care, you'll be looking at the whole demographic and not just half. Like I said, this young girl, there's no telling what she has had to go through. In doing that type of life where your body is being put out there to the masses, that's putting you out there for a greater risk of catching a lot of things. And on top of that, you got a lot of these dudes out here that's like, oh, well, I ain't about to pay this. I'm about to take what. Understand what I'm saying? So not only is she putting her body at risk, but she's also putting her life at risk as well. And this is all due to the fact of a woman enabling and forcing her to sit up there and do this. And then within a news story, they were like, yeah, the woman was keeping all the money. The most that the girl was doing was getting some clothes and her nails and her hair done. She wasn't even making anything from what was taking place. Like I said, this is why, it's difficult to sit up here and even have conversations with a lot of women at this moment in time, because people don't want to pay attention to the whole picture. They only want to pay attention to the portion or to the part that only matters to them. And because you're only, as a woman, paying attention to that portion that only matters to you, this is how a lot of these things are able to transpire. This is how your daughters, your nieces, your grandchildren, your best friends, this is how all of them end up getting into this type of society where they're just up to offer for the highest bidder. And their respect is ruined. Their value is ruined. The love that they have for themselves is ruined. any possible chances of them having a stable relationship with a man is wrong, because they're looking at the worst parts of men. They're not looking at anything positive. So like I said, where are the women that actually care about the young girls out here?